delegation from Busia Students Association. I was not aware of their presence, I was not informed, but I'm happy that they're here. I also want to inform them that we shall be having Senate Mashinani, so they should feel welcome to come back to Busia from the 6th of next month and air their views about what the Senate can help do for them. Otherwise, I wish them success in their studies, and I hope that they'll have a fruitful experience in their tour here. And next time I request that they send me an alert if they're coming to visit the Senate, so that I can know they're coming to visit the Senate. I don't like being ambushed. But you are most welcome, and I wish you a very fruitful tour. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, I'll begin where my brother Senator Sifuna left off when he referred to chicken. It's not a light issue that he said. The word, one time a lawyer sage told me that the word ingoho has the word ingo inside that name. And I want majority speaker to understand. Ingoho has the first part is ingo, ho. When you see that bird, there's a home around there.
It is back, Senator Omtatah. Proceed.
Yeah, that bird is a sign that the area is settled. So it was not an idle statement that Senator Sifuna made. It's a very, very important cultural. If there must be a chicken, otherwise it's not a home. That will just be a house, not a home. Now, I also would like to say that what the majority leader mentioned, that these houses are being built on public land. A very, very important condemnation of what is going on. We don't convert public land by building houses on it and selling them to private owners. If you want to private public land, there's a procedure for doing that. This affordable housing has no respect for any law. It's being done like we are in a vacuum. There are no laws in this country. The question of public land has been set aside for specific purposes. Right now we are having a crisis in Busia, whereby the Busia Agricultural Training Center has been invaded by the public. It is a affordable housing thing, and they are just building, even they are building over the ponds that had been put there by under climate change, the fish ponds, demonstration centers. So ATC was set aside to be a university in the long run. We had Sangalo in Bungoma. We had got what was called Weko, which is now Masinda Mudro University in Kakamega. And there was the ATC in Busia, which were designed to be universities in the long run. And if you look at each of them, they were allocated a lot of land. The ATC sits on 95 acres in Busia town. They are dumping these houses there with no care that that's public land alienated for a particular purpose, and they don't care. And then they want to sell these houses to private individuals, which means they are privatizing public land. They are destroying the plan of Busia. They have got no care about the future of this country. That's what the problem is. So conversion of public land to private land. Public land is defined in the Constitution. Private land is defined in the Constitution. Community land is defined in the Constitution. No individual can just by the whims of their minds say they are going to convert that land by selling those houses to individuals. When power changes, we shall recover those houses and surrender them to the public. Neither President William Ruto, the minister, or anybody has the capacity to sell private land to a private individual. So whoever dares buy those houses, you are throwing away your good money. We'll recover those houses and put the land back to the public. Or you carry your house away from that land. There'll be two options. You'll have to find a way of carrying that house. And remember, it's a story house. How will you carry your floor or your apartment? I warn Kenyans, don't touch those houses. Because when I take over, I'm going to recover them. In 2027, I'm going to recover them. And return the land back to the public. And when the government takes them over, we are going to quantify each pay slip. My brother has been mourning about his 30,000 shillings. per month. We shall quantify that money and recover it from a consolidated fund and refund you and make those houses public property. So just support me for the presidency. Next.
Senator Koiti, I want to warn you that
I'm
you do not
guided.
use the platform to campaign
I'm guided.
for your presidential ambitions.
I'm guided. The other thing, the other disregard for the law. Let us forget about public land. These houses, and not forget about public land, other than being built on public land, they are being built using money that has been collected from Kenyans as a levy, which makes that money public money. So in all essence, that is public property. We have got Article 227 of the Constitution, which requires that the disposal of public property must be done in a competitive manner, in an effective manner. The Public Procurement Act also does that. Where does it come that now we are using public money to make grants? When did the government become a grant maker? We already have an emergency fund that is in the treasury. Why are we becoming grant makers? And if you look at the Kenyan Constitution, it's a clearly civic republican charter with the rights to property and pursuit of the common good and use of public office for service, protection of private property. You cannot take Senator Sifuna's 30,000 shillings per month and use it to build a house for somebody else. That's what the Constitution condemns in Article 40 as arbitrary deprivation of Senator Sifuna's interest in his money. There was a question of timelines. And this is the danger of making unconstitutional law. Article 94, clauses 5 and 6 of the Constitution say that only Parliament has the power to make law. And Parliament can delegate that power. Now, it cannot be said that in delegating the power, if Parliament fails to validate a statutory instrument within 15 days, the statutory instrument becomes law automatically. The ideal is that the statutory instrument should lapse if Parliament has not approved. There's a requirement that Parliament must protect the public, not by avoiding, not by omission, but by commission. Parliament must look at statutory instruments. This idea that if you don't look at them, they lapse, they become law automatically, is not constitutional. It violates Article 95, clauses 5 and 6. So, that law that was passed was wrong. As far as I'm concerned, by the act of the Constitution, these regulations lapsed. They did not become law. Secondly, we cannot go to the issue of look at the Affordable Housing Act as the primary act on making of statutory instruments. The primary act is the Statutory Instruments Act. And Section 15(2) gives 28 days, not 15 days. So the Statutory Instruments Act should trump that timeline that was smuggled into the Affordable Housing Act so that purportedly these things could become law. Now that my brother Wamatinga would like also to speak and I see time is running, let me be charitable and stop my submissions there so that my brother can also contribute. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. No, I don't say he's the next. He would also like to speak. So if I move away earlier, the next one moves away earlier, it will create room for him to speak. But I think I've massacred the thing with my skeletal submissions. And finally, I oppose the submissions. And I need the report, and I oppose the regulations, and I wait to vote them out. And I agree with Senator Sifuna that since we have been burdened with having to contribute, we must vote on them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Very well. For the benefit of Senator Omtatah, it is the chair who actually permits members to speak. Senator, take your seat. Take your seat, Senator Omtatah. Senator Wamatinga Wahome.